Hello and welcome to Excel Mathematics TV. This presentation will be about the least common multiple. To get this lesson started, we need to learn some terms. Have you ever heard of the word multiple? Do you have ideas about what it means? For those who don't know yet, a multiple is the product of a number and another whole number. For example, the multiples of 10 are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. This is because we need 10 as a factor to get these multiples as products of 10 and another number. Now, what's a least common multiple, or LCM? Based on the word least, we can say that LCM is the smallest of the common multiples. Now that we know what multiples and LCMs are, let's learn how to find an LCM by listing multiples. In order to learn, let's try an example. We will find the LCM of 8 and 12. Let's do the steps. We'll start by listing the multiples of the given numbers until at least two multiples are common to all the lists. Think of a number that we will get if we multiply a number to 8 and 12. Let's start with the lowest. The multiples of 8 are 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, and so on. While the multiples of 12 are 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, and so on. Now that we have multiples of the two numbers listed, we can identify the common multiples. As you can see on the list, the common multiples of 8 and 12 are 24 and 48. We are talking about the least common multiple here, so we're going to pick the smallest of these common multiples. That's pretty easy. It's obvious that 24 is the smallest. Thus, the LCM of 8 and 12 is 24. Let's have another example. Find the LCM of 6 and 7. We will do the same thing we did with the previous example. The multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 72, 78, 84, and so on. While the multiples of 7 are 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, 77, 84, and so on. Looking at the list of multiples, we can see that the common multiples of 6 and 7 are 42 and 84. The smallest of these multiples is 42. Thus, the LCM of 6 and 7 is 42. Listing the multiples is not the only way of finding the LCM. There is another way of finding it. Let's learn how to find the LCM by using prime factors. To learn how to do it, we need to actually find the LCM of two numbers. Let's have 18 and 24. We will find their LCM by using prime factors step by step. The first step is to write the prime factorization of the given numbers. And if there are repeated prime factors, we will express them in exponent form. The prime factors of 18 are 2, 3, and 3. Since there are two factors which are 3, we will express that in exponent form. Now the prime factors are 2 and the square of 3. We will do the same thing with the factors of 24. Since the factor 2 appeared thrice, the prime factors should be the cube of 2 times 3. Now that we have the prime factors of the two numbers, the next step is to get the product of the highest powers of all the factors that occur in any of the given numbers. To put it in simple words, we will pick the factor with the highest exponent for each prime factorization of the given numbers and multiply them. So, the prime factors of 18 and 24 are 2 and 3. And if we're going to look at the prime factors of the two numbers again, we can say that the greatest power of 2 is 3, because we have the cube of 2. On the other hand, the greatest power of 3 is 2 because we have the square of 3. Like what we said earlier, we multiply the greatest powers of both 2 and 3. Therefore, the LCM is equal to the product of the cube of 2 and the square of 3. Simplifying the powers gives us 8 times 9, which is then equal to 72 when multiplied. Thus, the LCM of 18 and 24 is 72. Let's apply what we have learned and have another example. This time, we will find the LCM of three numbers, 14, 21, and 28. Let's use prime factorization in finding the LCM. The prime factorization of 14 is 2 times 7. 21's prime factorization is 3 times 7, and 28 is 2 times 2 times 7, which is also equal to the square of 2 times 7 when expressed in exponents. Look at the prime factorization again. We can see that the prime factors of 14, 21, and 28, without the repeating factors, are 2, 3, and 7. As you can see, the greatest power of 2 is 2. The greatest power of 3 is 1. And the greatest power of 7 is also 1. Next, we will multiply the greatest powers of 2, 3, and 7. Multiply the square of 2, 3, and 7, and the product is 84. Thus, the LCM of 14, 21, and 28 is 84. That's all for this lesson about the least common multiple. You can use any method you want in finding the LCM as long as the answer is correct. I hope you learned a lot in this presentation. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.